Okay, y'all. So Nicki Minaj pulling out all stops on Rocnation was not on my bingo card for today. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, before I get started into this, I'm not going to post everything about this lawsuit, but I want to start by saying TikTok, I am reporting this off of the Fair Use Act. This is for news reporting and research purposes. Please do not shadow ban my video or strike my account against this video because some of these things are copyrighted, but this is all for fair use for research purposes and news reporting purposes only. Okay, and we will be using the word allegedly. Okay, and also this goes for Instagram, Facebook, wherever this is posted. This should not be striped because this is use under the Fair Use Act for research and news reporting purposes. Okay, because I'm going to post this on YouTube too. So this is Desiree Perez's daughter. And if you're not familiar with who Desiree Perez is, she is the CEO of Rocnation. This is the CEO, Desiree Perez, CEO of Rocnation. Now, you may have heard Miss Perez's name before because this came up a lot in the Tory Lanez case about, Tory Lanez claiming that she was the one who threatened him and told him don't go public with a statement. She also was the person that threatened Kelsey and told her that they would leak a sex tape. They also threatened Meg's old bodyguard, Justin, and they did release his sex tape because he did not show up to testify that he had knowledge of Tory Lanez's pupil and Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, so that's just a little rundown of Desiree Perez and some of her tactics. Back to her daughter. Her daughter is Damori Hadley. Okay, this is her right here. And she has drawn a lawsuit against Desiree Perez and Rocnation, basically saying that her mother uses her power, money, and influence from being the CEO at Rocnation to do a lot of illegal things. They've hacked into her iCloud, placed secret cameras in her home and audio devices. They had her mom had her Baker Acted. If you guys are unfamiliar with what the Baker Act is, it's basically a law that if your family suspects that you are a harm or a threat to yourself, they can have you reprimanded into like a mental health place to be evaluated for up to 48 hours. Okay, and so her mom had her Baker Acted for no reason. She's coming out of work, didn't even know what was going on. They tell her, hey, you're about to go. We're going to have to take you because you're being Baker Acted right now because we got a report that you tried to OD last night. She goes, that never happened. I don't know what y'all are talking about. And they're like, well, you're reprimanded. There was a doctor there that wrote the paper out, but the doctor is directly connected to her mom. Okay, so she knew then that everything had been forged and that her mom had been harassing her. She says the final straw for her was the fact that her mom cut all communication off with her and her grandfather, who is 90 plus with dementia but remembers her. And she said it is all because, in her mother's words, she won't leave her N-word husband. Okay, and this is in the court documents. You guys, if you have a Pacer account, you can go read this lawsuit. You can also go to Twitter. Damori post the lawsuit there. So how Nicki Minaj comes into play and why I say I did not expect for her to speak on this is because I'm going to show you some of Nicki Minaj's tweets. Okay, so the first thing is Nicki Minaj tweets justice for them. Okay, now y'all know Nicki Minaj hinted at Meg Thee Stallion about having information about Tory Lanez and also saying that she was a glass fragmented foot B-word. Okay, y'all remember that, right? So she's already said what she had to say in regards to Tory Lanez. Now she's taking up for Desiree's daughter. She talks about how they did some of the same tricks to her, and I'm going to try to make it where you guys can read it. Saying that they have did things to her every chance that they have got. She even addresses Desiree, calling her Desiree, saying that she never sleeps. She then goes on to say, y'all need to read this lawsuit that Damori is claiming against Rocnation. If you don't believe that this is true, you're going to see who Rocnation is and the motives behind the things that they're doing. And she's basically saying the people that went against her for years, vengeance is the Lord's, and God is on her side, and anybody that was on the wrong side will not go unpunished for the things that they have done in regards to sabotage her and other people's careers. She then tweets about them interfering with her money for years and years on end. She then even alleges that they've had access to all her accounts, and that she just didn't even change her password. She let them do what they wanted to do, whatever. And we are going to be surprised how disgusting it gets. And she's saying that of the things that they have did to Damori, allegedly, they have done to her. And she is a first-hand witness to what has happened. She talks about telling the Barbs, like, oh, if your things are getting flagged, keep a receipt of it, save all the info on what platforms it is on, and make sure that you're getting it over, basically to keep it in your records to show, because this is going to be big. So in this comment, you can see somebody commenting to Nicki Minaj, and she says, oh, it's okay because I'm just going to start retweeting the court documents. And that is exactly what Sister Girl did. She is retweeting the court documents. So even if we can't see her likes, she's going to just start retweeting what is really going on. I'm going to tell y'all something. When I heard Tory Lanez's father outside of that courtroom, when you are rooted in the spirit, you are well aware when somebody is anointed. And when that man said, there is a crack in your building and it's about to come tumbling down, I told y'all that man meant business, okay? I'm going to keep up with this, but y'all, Nicki Minaj ain't playing, and she has called war on Rocnation. So that little band from the NO line where she said, fire some and call us, Sister Girl really meant business, and she's standing 10 toes, and we riding with Nicki Minaj. Forever a Barb, okay? And forever Umbrella. Love y'all.